This is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3 in the NLT. When people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pain began, and there will be no escape. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Agabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and this is not going to be a long lesson, because as we know, as they're saying peace and safety, we know that sudden destruction is going to come from this whole America and Iran, so-called peace talks and negotiations. All right. And if you've been paying attention, you know that ultimately, even though Trump is signing this so-called peace deal with Iran, we know that ultimately Trump and the administration and the rulers that be still want war. They still have an agenda to accomplish over there in Iran, which is to totally destabilize that country, take over those resources, and to put a Rothschild, central bank over there to get total control over that region. All right. And we know, those of us who are in this truth, who know better, we're not believing that it's going to be peace or these negotiations are going to last, because we ultimately know that this man, Esau Edom, is a man of war. He's not a man of peace. He's not a man of prosperity. He's a man of blood. And eventually, he's going to get that blood, and blood will be shed, and war will eventually escalate over between Iran and the state of Israel. And also America will get involved, And we know something is going to happen that's going to ultimately bring prophecy to pass. Something is going to happen to where those negotiations are going to fall. We know that whether it's we know basically it's going to be Netanyahu in the state of Israel that's going to sabotage that whole situation. And as it tells you in Jeremiah, the 49th chapter, which I have, the least of the flock is going to eventually draw America into a third world conflict with Iran, which will eventually get Russia involved and China involved. And it's going to escalate into this third world war. So we know ultimately, peace and safety is definitely not on the menu, because we're dealing with the man of sin here. We're dealing with the son of perdition. And as we know, we're dealing with Esau Edom, the so-called white man, which is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And we know ultimately that, prophecy has to be fulfilled. So don't get your hopes up in believing that these peace talks and negotiations are going to, be smooth sailing, and it's going to be peace, and they're going to somehow see eye to eye, and they're going to negotiate and stop this third world war from popping off, because it's going to happen. So this is from the People's Voice. It says, Netanyahu slaps Trump in the face. We don't see eye to eye on Iran peace deal. Vows to sabotage the fragile truce. You see. And ultimately, it's because it's prophetic, it's prophesied. The Lord is going to continue to harden the heart of Bibi Netanyahu to keep, sabotaging this deal. He's going to continue to bomb. He's going to continue to poke and continue to attack until eventually we're going to be right back at square one. And this war is going to eventually escalate to, the third woe, as scriptures say. So it says, U.S. President Donald Trump has said that a memorandum of understanding with Iran is all signed, with official ceremony expected on Friday. However, Israeli officials have rejected the peace deal and vowed to continue opening new fronts in their multiple wars of aggression in the region. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu openly defied the terms of the memorandum of understanding between the U.S. and Iran, insisting that the Israeli military will not retreat from Lebanese land they have seized and will stay in Lebanon's security buffer zone for as long as necessary. And ultimately, we know that Trump and America, they don't have control over these small hats, all right? These small hats got Trump by the balls. They got him heavily sabotaged. And ultimately, they run America. They're able to do whatever the hell they want to do, and they're going to completely sabotage this deal. And I truly believe that Trump knows that, those Israelis are going to still, sabotage the deal, and they're going to continue to deal unjustly and unrighteously and continuously be the aggressor. Trump is just trying to save face. He's trying to save his political campaign and look good in the eyes of the American people. and the public whose trust he's totally blown, and nobody ultimately has faith in this guy and this administration. So he's trying to save a little bit of face, but ultimately we know that prophecy overrides all. It says there are times where President Trump and I don't see eye to eye, he stated during the press conference, adding that the Israeli security interests need to be defended wisely. Reuters, citing unnamed U.S. officials, reported on Monday that the roadmap has been signed on Iran's behalf by Parliament Speaker Mohammed Bakr Qualibaf. The U.S. president also expressed confidence that the Strait of Hormuz will reopen after the memorandum is officially linked, blah, 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 blah. And they're saying that Trump lost, Iran got everything, and, and that Iran is clearly the winner of this whole situation. But ultimately, they're all going to be losers, because ultimately we know prophecy is going to intervene, and is going to be the determining factor in all of this, man. And one thing that we fully understand is that this man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And he's not going to bring peace because he doesn't know peace. All right. And this is Revelation 6:3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red. All right. And the horse represents power, and the red horse represents the Edomites. OK, the so-called white man, those small hats, NATO in the EU. It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and it was given unto him a great sword. You see, and that all goes back to Esau's blessing when you read Genesis the 27th chapter. All right, and Esau represents that red horse, and he was he's here to take peace from the earth, not to bring peace, man. That's why we telling you don't be drinking the Kool-Aid, and don't believe for 1 second that this negotiation is going to ultimately bring the peace that they're saying is going to bring. It's all going to eventually fall apart. It's going to all eventually lead to war, because hey, the prophecy has to be fulfilled. You see? And this is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. It says, therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, that he have taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And who is the least of the flock? Those small hats, man. Those Israelis. They're going to eventually draw Babylon, America, into this third world war with Iran. Like they're saying, they're not filling this deal. They're not seeing eye to eye, and they're going to continuously sabotage it, man. You see? Because let's say, for instance, if America is really about bringing peace and really getting having peace with this negotiation, they would totally cut off the small hats, and they would stop funding them and stop giving them military weapons, so that this whole situation couldn't be sabotaged. The only reason that those small hats are so bold and proud in the way that they move and continuously attacking and being on the offensive and sabotaging it is because they're still getting funding and military weaponry from America, man. Now, if they was to cut that off and told Israel, look, you're going to be completely on your own. If you attack Israel, you're going to have to fight them head up without our help, without our funding, without our weapons, without our military, face it on your own. Then they would literally halt. They would stop. But again, those small hats know that they got Babylon by the balls, and they got Trump by the balls. So eventually they're going to have to get involved, because the Lord's going to make something happen to where this prophecy is going to be fulfilled, and it's going to lead to this third world war. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. You see? And it's going to lead to what? This third world war. It's going to ultimately lead to Babylon the Great, America, and the state of Israel ultimately being destroyed in this third world war. Because this is all part of the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's all according to prophecy. You see? So this thing is just going to, it's not going to last long. It's going to continue to get crazy. And we know exactly how this shit is going to end. It says the talks were repeatedly stalled and delayed, with both sides accusing each other of making unacceptable demands and citing a lack of trust. Most recently, Iran threatened to suspend the negotiation over Israel's continual strikes in Lebanon. In an effort to prevent the talks from collapsing, Trump reportedly demanded that Israel halt the attacks during several heated phone calls with Prime Minister Netanyahu. And Netanyahu is not going to stop, because he knows that he owns Trump. He got Trump by the balls. He got blackmail. He got the wood on this damn devil, man. And we know that, if Trump don't play, he gonna pay. But it's all beautiful, man. Hey, we all understand this is all prophecy at the end of the day. And, we already know there's not going to be no peace and safety. And this shit is not going to go as they're telling you in the mainstream news media. We know it's going to end up collapsing. It's going to end up leading to all out hell breaking loose in this third world war, man. hey, and these devils will eventually double cross and sabotage one another. And hey, this third world war will commence, man. Hey, so with that, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying, man. Hey, don't believe the hype, man. Don't, hey, trust in prophecy. Believe in what the scriptures say, how the situation is going to end, and that, this man is not a man of peace, that he's the son of perdition, and he's the son of, he's that great red horse, man. And he's going to continue to take peace from the earth and not bring peace, man. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Give our praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And until the next one, shalom.